So this is one of my first projects. As you can tell, it's a really poorly done ballerina skirt. I probably cheaped out when buying the fabric because I was kind of broke, and then I realized why I shouldn't have cheaped out. It looks really bad. Yeah, it was not a good decision. Oh, did you know that it comes with a top? Isn't she a beaut? I will say I have no idea what I was thinking. This looks bad. It looks like it was done by a 5-year-old. No, it was done by a 14-year-old 6 years ago. So it's not like it was even a trend. It was just me being stupid. I didn't really know what's up. So yeah, let's move on. I will say 14-year-old me was onto something, because why does this actually look good? Like, it actually fits my body. I remember it being a lot worse. And I think I remember it being a lot worse because there was a lot of unfinished hems. Okay, wait, I remember why I didn't wear it that much. Because what the hell is this back situation? But honestly, I'm so impressed that I made it look this good, because back then, like, I just don't remember it being this good. I remember being like really ashamed of this project and being like, what the hell was I doing? It sucks, it looks so bad. I think one of the problems of this dress design is that when I walk, the skirt will ride up. But I think aside from that, this dress looks perfect. Like, it genuinely, I'm so impressed that this is an old sewing project. I would have thought that this was like a recent one or something that I bought, just by the looks of it. If you come up close and actually look at it, it's terrible, but from here, it looks perfect. So I made this dress right after the previous one. You'll notice that this is a lot longer because I felt really slutty after I made that dress, because my family was actually quite conservative. In fact, I started sewing because I wanted to wear more modern fashion, whereas my family was a lot more traditional. They wanted me to wear pants, long skirts, and I was not up for it. So I made my own dresses. But this one, I was pretty disappointed when I made it. Firstly, because it looks like a trash bag. Secondly, I didn't know what darts were. And thirdly, it was just really poorly hemmed. There's white thread showing. It's not a good project. Not something that I was proud of. But it exists. So yeah. Moving on. This is actually one of my more recent projects. It is a maxi skirt. I think it looks decently nice. The only problem is it wrinkles really easily, and there is a limited range of motion because I failed to consider that the lining should like end at like my thigh, because look at this. This is not workable in like a normal day. I cannot have just this range of motion. I need so much more. So yeah, I haven't worn it. But it has pockets because it was designed by a woman. Okay, but yeah, seriously, I don't know, man. Like, I think it looks okay, but I haven't worn it recently at all, so who knows. Okay, so following those dresses, I had a little bit of a break. And I didn't sew for like almost a year because I got really demoralized from my family's feedback and also me just putting myself down, so I didn't touch the sewing machine. But then I came across House of CB and I thought their dresses were amazing. I can't remember the name of the YouTuber, but she made House of CB tutorials and I really loved her tutorials. So I made one of the dresses there, but it was really poorly executed and I ended up throwing it out like a few months later. This is another project. Now this one I made myself completely in Clo 3D, the modeling software. I modeled this out and then I printed the patterns, and let me tell you, it was so poorly done. I made it too small, so I actually had to add like side seams so that I could actually fit in this dress, and even now that I've lost a little bit of weight, it still struggled to fit in. So yeah, but I will say I'm really impressed, because this is like, this has lining and everything. It even has cups. It's got like 1,000 little eyelets. It is one of the most difficult dresses I have made to date. But I will say, I did it pretty damn well. In fact, this is probably something that I would wear out if I could. I don't know. I feel a little bit attached to her, so I haven't given her away. But the previous project was so badly done that I just had to get rid of it. So this is my latest project, inspired by Junya Watanabe. I saw one of his designs at a store I worked at, and I thought it was like the most impressive piece of work I've seen, so I decided to copy the design. It was my first foray into menswear, so there are parts where it is like really poorly done, like this pocket, this collar situation. But I think that is like how things go, you know? You can't do everything perfectly first try, so It's normal and natural to have mistakes. So I hope that this video serves as a little bit of sewing inspiration to everyone who's on their sewing journeys right now. It's definitely not a straight journey. I took a lot of breaks before I got to where I was, and even then my capabilities are not quite there yet. But I think it's important to like reflect on your old projects, look at what you've done well, what you haven't done so well. I think you'll be more impressed by yourself than you think you would be. And I think that sewing ultimately is a skill. And you don't lose your sewing skills immediately, like how some artists can pick up like a brush 10 years after their last project and still manage to sew decently well. I think it's important to take these breaks so that you can really recuperate and not burn out that quickly. Yeah.